What is up, y'all? It is REAP2SOW back with another Sunday structured video, as we have every single week. Let's jump straight into what we usually do, but also we're gonna take our time with what we do today and this Sunday, specifically in the sense of us doing one of the things that we have been trying to do for years now. Um, I think it's because we've been so busy. We do work two jobs at the moment, so it's building capital, trying to pay off debt, our own personal things, trying to work on doing some other goals in my life besides focus fully on stressing ourselves out, being guilty and non-patient. So just not taking as many trades is one of those things, and creating the discipline that we need. But the problem is when we aren't busy, that's when the discipline breaks. So just trying to find that balance and keep what we're doing now, our mentality the same as if we did nothing, in a sense of just trading itself. Like, how do we get into that mode, finding out how do we get to that mode, how do we get to that mindset of just dialing in to the discipline when we don't have anything to do, compared to having two jobs and having something to do. So that's pretty much the gist of what's been going on. We haven't taken any trades this week. We didn't post anything, as you guys see on our channel. We only have our Sunday structure videos up since last Sunday. There has been a few plays this week, so I'm not really. I kind of knew what would happen, but also it's like you kind of know what happens after it happens, but once you're in it, you don't know what's gonna happen, kind of situation. That's always what happens. Usually when you trade, like, you have an idea, like the probability, it's either a 50-50 chance of it selling or buying, and then you have that, I can't even say 50-50, you have like 49-49. It's like 2% that it might consolidate throughout that whole entire week. So you have 49% that it might, you know, 49% it might buy, and then 49% it might sell, and you had a 2% chance that it will just consolidate the whole week and not go where it needs to go. But just looking off of NAS, as we had marked this up, I kind of see why I did what it did, but also it's like this is a big M. Like, we have price. Not even trying to look at every single thing we marked up on here, but we had this high over here. Price came down, came up, didn't break that high, and sold down to that previous low of that last Tuesday that we had. Not this Tuesday, the last Tuesday we had, which is the 7th, it looks like. So, or 8th. So, like, in all actuality, like, we already had a trend in a sense. We just zoom out. We already had this like downtrend. It wasn't building upwards in any sense, especially if we got that low down here being created. But off of these levels, it looked like it was going potentially to buy. So we just sat in our hands for most of the time, seeing that it possibly could reverse and do anything it wanted to do. But we are in a downtrend at this moment. Let's say consolidation to the side, just to get rid of these lines. Yeah. It looks like consolidation. It does look like a downtrend. We had this low. It been past that area. Came all the way down here to support level of that 4 hour. So now we're going to really be setting our hands, because now we don't know what price is going to do. Is it consolidate? It's going to come back up in this area. Like, I already pushed out this level. I already made a wick. It already made a wick down here. So what is it going to do in totality? So we're going to remark this up and see on a 1 hour how we can prepare ourselves for the next upcoming move. But as I said, we're at a 4 hour level, so we'll do our best and seeing how we can better prepare ourselves for the week ahead. But just knowing that you gotta do better. We gotta do better. But like I pointed out earlier, like, we gotta do better. But then it's also like we're doing good in the sense of like taking quality trades, quality over quantity. Discipline is there. So not too much to worry about on that side, but also dialing into the bigger picture of what's going on in these markets. Like maybe us rushing through the Sunday structure is the problem. Pointing it out for ourselves. Let's be honest. That's what I'm gonna name this. Let's be honest. We don't have the capital we want. I mean, not the capital. We don't have the patience we want to get the capital we want because the discipline that we need isn't consistent enough. And that might be the gist of this whole entire video, of our whole trading journey. Like, we have the awareness of everything, but everything else has to connect with it. So we're on a 1 hour time frame. We already know it's the downtrend. We already know it's hit at 1 hour level. What we can do and what we know is this is a new low. This is a new low. And that's what we're going to play off. Simply put. And we're not going to sit on here too long with Nas because you already know these two levels is true. It's a lower low. It's a lower high. We're on a 1 hour time frame. So this could be it is a lower high. And this is a lower low. So this looks like this could be a lower high, and we'll see what happens after that. This is like a level over here where price breaks it. We can sell down even more, but the problem is 15-minute time frame. Where are we selling to? Within that, are we gonna push past the wicks? As you see, this is all bullish momentum to the left of us, and these are 4 hour lows, so there's nothing else but buyers below. So at that point, we'll just be selling. We don't know where we're selling to. There's no other substantial area of support, in a sense, as you see on the 1 hour, besides these wicks, in which we already took the wicks down pretty much to that level. Did it hit that level? Yeah, pretty much hit that level, but maybe we want the body candle. So maybe that's what we have to focus on here now. We had that new low on 1 hour. So marked up here. We had a 15-minute create this low down here, but end up correcting itself. And this is the low before I made another high on the 15-minute time frame. So this is the level we want to see price break below. As you see solid candles down here. I see sellers below this level. You can see all buyers above here buying. So below this level will show that it was sellers in the market and it's going to push down. So we're going to keep it just like that. The only way this isn't selling is if this price breaks this level. Not immediately, but at any time, because then I would be making a new level, a new lower high or a new higher high, and especially if it breaks that especially if it breaks that lower high up here. The EMA is impactful. We see on a 1 hour or 4 hour, they're crossing now, so I do see bearish momentum, and we've been buying for a long period of time. So this is that one time where we have, crossed before, it was sold, but it didn't sell as much. And usually in markets like this, especially with indices, like we have more buyers than sellers, but we do want to catch the sellers because sellers are usually that liquidity and needs to go and buy again. So it's selling for a reason at this point. We don't know exactly what involves everything, every move. We're here to get a few moves, maybe 2 moves max a week. You don't need to know what happens or you get involved with. Not happens. We don't need to be involved with every move. We would like to know what happened with every move, but we don't need to be involved, like money-wise, risk-wise, anything. So that's one of the things we're going to point out here with Nas. That's us marking it up. I kind of got a brief explanation or a summary within NAS. We're going to mark this up as red until it proves this is not bearish anymore. But going to the next thing we have, let's go to gold. There's only two pairs that we trade to the right of us, so it's gold and it's NAS 100. Simply put, yeah. I like everything that happened this week. After what day was this? Put on our sessions. Yeah, this was started right here, but this is out of session. So after Thursday, it just sold down completely through Thursday, and then sold some more during Friday, and give us a pullback. But this was a nice sell down. And the rejection of that 4-hour level over here, as you can see, it's kind of evident here. Boom, 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 boom. This is probably that area where it, boom, and we slowed down. I kind of can see everything create itself right there. So at this point, we get to delete this too. That's our new low. If we mark this up, this would probably been entry to get in at. The 1 hour level. 15-minute, correct this off. We run this low right here. Let's stop above this level. I'm trying to see what will happen, but we won't trade out of session. But that's one of the main reasons I'm not really stressing right now, because we're not trading out of session. We put this above here. Let's say you do put it above here. We aim for that level down here. Let's see, on 1 or 2. Yeah, 1 or 2. Not nothing crazy, just to be honest with ourselves. We're not feeling like we missed out on anything. We are going to keep these markups except the black lines up here. Alright, so that's pretty much it with that. Let's go into gold. We did not take any trade this week, so whatever you see, it's not a trade. It was a, first of all, on Friday, this looks crazy on Friday, and that's exactly why I didn't take it. What are we doing? Why did we sell? Why we buy up and then come back down if we're not going to buy up all the way on a Friday at that? And then we made, that was off of a low, so it looks like a pullback at that, and it could be a lower high being set up for this nice downtrend that we're having. Like a couple good sells on here, but it really just ran away from us most of the time. Within gold, if we go to that 4-hour time frame, it looks like we have we have been selling the whole entire 2 weeks. Not gonna go back too far. The last 2 weeks look nice downtrend, not as clean, but just a nice downtrend. Let's go to the 1 hour. We're gonna delete everything and mark everything up. Gold has been self-explanatory in the sense of just what it has been doing, like I just said. We'll go back a few days, mark up the chart on the 1 hour. As you see right here, for that high, we see this level was a big part of price coming back down. Let's see, mark this up. So we had this low over here, looks like a lower low. Price shot up, came down here, made a lower high, then made a higher low, and boom, 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 boom. This, I could say it's too choppy. Even this area could have been sold off pretty much. But look how choppy it did play this right here. Just Let's mark up everything like we should and got to this point. Let's say that could be a level. See something right here with the pivots. I mean with the pivots to high or low. Pretty much everywhere we mark that is solid, except this area is kind of tricky, but we see a rejection at this level. Points to this wick, but you see right here it stops, doesn't close. I mean doesn't break above this level and pulls back down. So that's really the real level I'll count for. Just hiding this again. We can hide this again too. This is what we kind of have, so we can mark this up, kind of get up. We got a lower low set right here, a lower high, could be selling again, didn't, made a higher low, made a higher high, then it came all the way back down here, made a higher low, it came back up here, made a lower high. That's exactly what we said at the market. Even though it sold, it had a nice little sell. Came down, made a higher low, then lower high, then sold down, made a lower low, lower high. I guess we could have gotten right at this point on Thursday, it looks like. It's Thursday, yep. Price sold all the way down, make a lower low. They made a lower high. They made a lower low. The price is now pulling back after. Looks like it could go bullish again, right? So what we can do right here is you see the price now respect this level and push up, making it look like a higher high. At this point, we'll be sitting our hands to see what bullish momentum will push through. If so, when will it do that? So we have our EMAs pushing all the price down, really with the aqua closest to the price, and then you see the white, then you see the blue. So it looks like it's pushing down on a 4 hour, on a 1 hour, but it looks like on the 1 hour it's breaking above it. So it's like we get some bullish momentum and plus price action is going within that. So we want to be careful with committing to sales anymore within that, because now we're at this level of just misery. We got here before, but it looks like it can now push up now. I don't know what is going on in the sense of why it's doing why it did what it did, but we do have the ability to say, okay, we're not gonna touch this pair. We're just gonna sit here and let price show us what it wants to do over this whole week. Not over the whole week. We had the ability to get into something, but especially Thursday. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame on Thursday. Let's put the sessions on. So it's like a play we could have taken. We had a lower low sit right here. We had a lower low over here, right? And this candle. Price pushed up to this level, making a lower high. And if we would have got in, let's say, yeah, the price came back below this level over here, hypothetically, price broke. Yeah, price broke. Say we didn't break there, it broke over here. But let's say we got in right here. Or got in over here. Put a stop above this level. Say 12. Let's say we did put it to like 24. Probably should put at 18, but still something solid. Even within this big wick selling down. A couple candles at 1 or 2. Obviously we held more. But give us a 1 to 2.5 basically. Yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of that and what our ideology behind that. But like I said, we gotta take more time, give ourselves grace and being patient and guilt free, you know. That's pretty much it though. That's the Sunday structure I have for you guys. I really took my time today. to really go over this for ourselves, obviously, and for you guys as well. Like, maybe just moving too fast, maybe not caring enough, but also like we should care, but not as much as us like doing too much in a sense. Like we have a cool balance. Like this Sunday structure made us secure in what we were seeing. Like yes, we missed a few plays. I think Thursday was the only clean play of this week for gold, and same goes for NAS, only clean play. We're making both sell. So that's pretty much it within NAS 100. Within Sunday structure. It's REAP2SOW. See you guys in the next video. Appreciate you guys a lot. If we find any trades throughout the week, obviously we marked up the charts. We have our ideology of what direction it's going to go, and we'll be very patient within finding that. But yeah, we have our direction. We think gold's going to buy. You have NAS think it's going to sell somewhere. So that's pretty much it with that. See you guys in the next video. We'll have another breakdown if we find a trade during the week. And if not, I'll see you guys on Sunday structure. Peace.